Section 3.3 is called Angle Relationships in Triangles. There's three theorems in this section that we'll have to know and use. Let's start with the first one. We should already know this one. Now we just have to give it a name. The measures of the angles inside every triangle always add up to 180 degrees. This is called the triangle sum theorem. So let's take a quick look at a couple examples here. What is the measure of angle 1? So you're going to do 180 minus 60 minus 78. And that would give us a measure of angle 1 is equal to 42. Same thing for measure of angle 2. 180 minus 60 minus 65. And give us a measure of angle 2 is 55 degrees. Obviously things could be a little bit more complicated, so take a look at number 3. It's still a triangle. We're still talking about the three angles. So the three angles will still add up to 180 degrees. So 10x plus 8 plus 4x plus 17 plus 3x minus 15 must add up to 180 degrees. Combine like terms, 10x, 4x, and 3x makes 17x. 8 plus 17 minus 15 makes 10 equals 180. Subtract 10 and divide by 17. We get x equals 10. The question says to find the measure of all three angles. So put 10 back into each of these. This one would be 108 degrees. This one would be 57 degrees. This one would be 15 degrees. All right, next one needs some new vocabulary first. An exterior angle of a triangle is an angle formed by one side of the triangle and the extension of another side. So in this picture, angle 4 is an exterior angle of the triangle. Remote interior angles are the two angles not adjacent to the given angle. All right, so if this is my exterior angle, there's three angles inside the triangle, but one of them is adjacent to 4. That would be angle 3. So that means angle 1 and angle 2 are called our remote interior. How many exterior angles does every triangle have? You can take a look here. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So each triangle has 6 exterior angles. So the exterior angle theorem, which is actually where we're going here, says the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of the two remote interior. What does that mean? So let's take a look at what that means here. It says angle 1 is 42 degrees. Angle 2 is 61 degrees. And it says, what is the measure of angle 4? Well, let's pretend like we don't know how to do this yet. So let's just find angle 3. So to get angle 3, we are going to do 180 minus 42 minus 61. And that would give us 77 degrees. So I know this angle is 77 degrees. So then to get angle 4, I know 3 and 4 are a linear pair, so I do 180 minus 77, and that would give me angle 4 is 103. The measure angle 4 is 103 degrees, but there's got to be a quicker way of doing that, and that's what the exterior angle theorem is telling us. It says all we had to do this was to get the sum of the two remote interior angles. So we could have just set measure of angle 4 equal to 42 plus 61. And guess what? We would have got 103 degrees. So let's look at another example. This is our exterior angle. these are your two remote interior angles. So the theorem says if you add the two remote interior angles together, you would get the exterior angle. Combine like terms. Subtract 6x from both sides. And add 27 to both sides. And divide, we get x equals 10. Okay, then once again it asks us to find the measure of all three missing angles. So this would be 63. This would be 29. And this would be 34. By plugging 10 into all those x's. All right, the last theorem says the third angle theorem. This one's pretty obvious. It says if two angles of one triangle are congruent to two angles of another triangle, then the last angle in each triangle must also be congruent. So if we have 80 and 80, 35 and 35, x must equal 65 in that second triangle. And again, it can get a little bit more complicated, but not much. So you see the picture here. We have one arc mark and one arc mark. Those are equal. And then two arc marks and two arc marks. Those are equal. So I know the third angle, 8x plus 25, must equal the other third angle, 11x minus 5. Subtract 8x from both sides. Add 5 to both sides and divide by 3. And once again, we get 10. It does say to find the measure of both angles. They're going to be the same, so all we got to do is substitute into one of them. You get 105 and 105. All right, so pause the video there. The last side is practice. Try those 4 problems, and when you're ready, come back and check your answers. All right, here are the answers to the last 4 practice problems. Feel free to pause the video and take a look at this as long as you need to. Otherwise, that'll be the end of section 3.3.